Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Wednesday weeknight dinner here on Ingrediology. My name is Logan. I'm going to be your chef instructor this afternoon. Today, we are making a classic creme brulee. Now, if you've never made creme brulee before, like I said, this is a classic. It truly is a classic. This is one of the first recipes or desserts that we made in culinary school. So simple that I can remember the recipe in my head. I have a little bit different recipe when I post it, but that doesn't matter right now. With our classic creme brulee, this is a rich vanilla custard topped with a hard shell sugar coating. All right, we're gonna toast it. We get to use fire. Let's see. Fire. There we go. Whoop. Turn off. Come on. How are we doing in chat down here today, guys? I have some fun things I'm going to show you here later in the show, but we're going to keep those off to the side right now. Many of you probably have already figured out what it might be, but we did a little update here to the camera settings, all right? So we'll talk about that here as we go over our ingredients. I got something special in store for you. Hello to my Tastemade friends over here. Deirdre, is this you hanging out right now? Is this you? If it's not, hello, welcome to Ingrediology Tastemade audience. Hello, YouTube, Facebook, and most especially Twitch. We got Tef Banow hanging out in chat. Guys, make sure, if you're not already following Tef, he is a longtime friend and moderator here on the stream, but he also streams himself. So go check out his channel. Same with Snake Eye DIY. Snake Eye does makers and crafting stuff, and he'll actually make you a drink smoker if you'd like. He's making some really cool stuff. I don't have one thing I was thinking about. Never mind. So, how are y'all today? What you got going on? How's the week going? It's hump day. It's Wednesday. We're making our way through the week. And tonight, you get to eat a delicious dessert. Burn the world, says Tef. Thank you for the shout out, Tef, for Snake Eye, and give a shout out there for yourself. Guys, make sure you're following those people on their streams. Oh, it has been a busy, busy week for me here. We have, we got family coming in here at the end of the week. Kevin and Kathy are going on their Grand Canyon trip to Arizona on Friday, and then my parents are coming in Friday evening, so we're just swapping out the grandparents this week, guys, and they'll be gone for like 2 weeks, and my parents will be here for like 10 days, 10, 12 days or something like that, so we won't have too much of a gap in coverage when it comes to childcare and the grandparents, but it's going to be a lot of preparation. They're getting a whole home packed up and out on the road. They have their own RV, and so they're going to be celebrating Kathy's birthday out on the side of the Grand Canyon. So if you want to find them, there's where you can find them, okay? Oh, quick little bit of housekeeping right here, everybody. I will be streaming on April 20th On Wednesday, for platforms other than Tastemade, we're gonna be doing our Argentinian steak class where we do some flank steak and some chimichurri. On Tastemade though, I can't change the date without canceling the class. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just take the recording of the class that we have on the 20th of April, and then the Wednesday after that, when I'm unfortunately not available, we're gonna be out on a trip that Wednesday to do it live. We will show that recording on Tastemade, just so everybody has a thing. But if you're already on Tastemade and you're signed up for the class, you can see it a week early if you'd like, and actually interact live if you'd like, on April 20th on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Love Wednesday night dinners. Jess Josie, welcome back to the stream. It's great to have you. I love you being here for our Wednesday weeknight dinner. If you're just joining us, we're making the classic creme brulee. It's a rich vanilla custard topped with a hard toasted sugar shell. All right, we're gonna be using some fire, and we're gonna be baking stuff. Now, this is a pretty quick thing. I'm sorry, I'm soft shoeing around as we're like getting started for the class, because this whole thing's gonna take us like 30 minutes, all right, guys? After the end of our class, after we're done focusing in on what the creme brulee takes, then I've got some dinner to make. I'll keep hanging out here on my social channels. We'll see if anybody wants me to hang around over on Tastemade or not. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I would just be making some like pork and udon noodle stir fry for dinner. I gotta feed the family on top of doing these classes. Usually the class serves as dinner. Today that's not the case. But let's talk about the class. If you would like to follow along with us, make sure that you go over to ingrediology.org and seek out the class guide. You can find this class guide if you hit !recipe or !menu down in chat. It has your equipment list laid out for you. Then the recipe that we're doing this afternoon, it can be done in metric or in US. You can scale your portions, your serving sizes. You can even change the temperature to Celsius if you don't want to be doing that. Speaking of Celsius, oh, there's also some nutritional facts down here and some other desserts that you guys should be checking out. Previous classes, I'm working on the tiramisu class right now. Churros and spiced chocolates up. Huh! That's perfect timing. You know why? Because we need to preheat our oven, everybody. If you are cooking along with me, you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Right now. Get it done. Go do it. All right? Because we just want that to be up to temperature by the time we're finished with our custard. We got it in our ramekins and we can toss it in the oven. Today, family gets dinner and dessert. You're right about that, Kevin. You guys are getting dessert. Now, I'm not even gonna tell you about that. It's just gonna be the magic of television down here later in the episode. So, are you guys ready to find out what the ingredients are here? We have our ingredients right here. Oh, wait. That's not right. That's not right. What should we do? How about we do our ingredients like this? We have our ingredients here this afternoon for our classic creme brulee. You're gonna need 2.5 cups of cream, 1/4 cup of sugar, 5 large eggs, of which we are only going to be using the yolks. Then we have another 1/4 cup of sugar over here, which we're gonna be combining with the yolks. Our first 1/4 cup of sugar is gonna go into our heavy cream and our vanilla bean while it's simmering up on the stove. Speaking of vanilla, here's our vanilla bean. And then on top of that, we'll also need a pinch of salt. Now, a pinch of salt is technically 1/8 of a teaspoon. And then we also have a final 1/4 cup of sugar that we are gonna be putting on top of our creme brulees to toast them there at the end. There, that was the surprise, everybody. What do you think of the new camera? What do you think of the new camera? All right, I know, I'm geeking out over it. You guys are probably like, yeah, that was a pretty cool shot, Logan. I don't know what's so cool about it, but yeah, that's a long time coming. I saw this shot first on Stacy Roy when she was doing some live stream. She's like an Amazon seller or something like that, but it was about a year and a half ago, and I was like, I need it. So I'll tell you more about how we're getting that shot later on the stream, but I bought a pretty cool little piece of equipment that I got. Thank you, K-Money. Nice camera work. You have just been waiting for this, Logan. I have been waiting for this. We're gonna do it. You want it again? Let's go back the other way. Huh? Put it in rewind. Whoop, oh, there we go. It's coming back around. I'm so stupid. This is so dumb. I'm just so excited about having like 2 good cameras here on stream. They're gonna be operating for us at the highest quality. This can do 4K, 60 frames a second. Hell yeah. All right, anyways, let's talk about the first thing that we need to do down here on the board, everybody. We need to get the egg yolks separated. Come down here to camera 3. Boop, boop. I like to keep this stuff kind of out of the way, tucked away. There we go. So clearing off all of our equipment, we're also going to need, everybody, a casserole dish for you to bake in, all right? And ramekins. I'm looking at this camera. We're also gonna need some ramekins. These are 4-ounce ramekins. This recipe will make 6 4-ounce ramekins of creme brulee. Now we've put them in this casserole dish because we're gonna be baking our custards in a water bath, all right? And oven should be preheated at this point. Now speaking of our water bath, over here on the stove, I have a little bit of water in a pot. We got this, well, we should bring this up to a boil. I'm just gonna set it on medium right now and simmer this out. We wanna add this water hot into the casserole dish. You don't wanna put cold water in for your water bath just because it's gonna take so much longer for it to come to temperature and it's gonna mess with your cooking time of your custards. And custard, you give it an extra 30 seconds to a minute, you've overdone it. You have to be very delicate about this process. So get your water on and simmering if you would please. And over in this other pot on the other side of the stove, we have a small sauce pot. This is what we're going to be putting our cream in to do our, well, to melt our sugar and combine our vanilla. Speaking of which, why am I doing the egg yolks first? I'm not going to do the egg yolks first. We can come back here, center this bad boy. This thing like keeps getting further and further off every time. Like backing itself out and away. And I don't like it. All right, cool. So we've got our eggs, which I'm gonna set down here for the time being, and I've got a vanilla bean, okay? First thing we're gonna tackle, everybody, is gonna be getting our cream onto the stove. So you can take that 2.5 cups of cream from earlier. Sorry, I've done some button remapping. I'm still getting used to it. So we need to add in our 2.5 cups of heavy cream into a small sauce pot. And combine this with a quarter cup of our white granulated sugar. So I've got that right here. Whoop, one of those. And then to this, we're going to add a vanilla bean. Get yourself out of spatula. Stir this around. And then we're going to set our temp on medium low. Just to slowly heat this up as we're cleaning our vanilla bean. After we've got our vanilla bean in, then we can bring this up to a simmer. Now at no point are we going to be boiling this hard, everything. I don't want this to be boiling rapidly while we got our vanilla bean and our sugar in there. And really that's just because we don't want to evaporate so much water that the cream becomes thicker or curdled. We're cooking it out, all right? Let's go back to 6. We have our vanilla bean. Boom, boom, boom. Technical difficulties. SDSU, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the stream, my friend. I'm double mic'd. How am I double mic'd? Ah, I see. The sound must be coming through. There. And what about 7? Sorry, guys. Make sure I'm not getting microphones twice. There we go. Okay, that was the problem. The iPhone was picking up. The iPhone was picking up sound at the same time. All right, and I've spilled some sugar in the process. Way to go, chef. How we doing, Tastemade? I see we got 4 viewers in here right now. Are y'all having a happy Wednesday? If you feel like it, tell us where you're joining us from on this fine Wednesday afternoon. And if you're planning on cooking along with us or not. So we have our vanilla beans. And vanilla beans are from Madagascar, and they are very expensive because it's not that they're rare, but they're a hard ingredient to get a hold of. Now, why is vanilla extract so cheap when vanilla beans are so expensive? It costs $9 for this one vanilla bean right here. So how do you explain that? Well, vanilla extract is a perfect molecular replication of the molecule that you find here inside of vanilla. Now, some will tell you that the taste is different, and I agree that you definitely get less earthiness off of it, but the vanillin, I think that's how you say it, vanillin, that vanilla extract or imitation vanilla extract is made out of is basically the same thing. So you don't need to break the bank to get the exact same kind of flavor. You're not gonna have that artsy oat kind of looking custard with the little black specks all through it because you've got fresh vanilla bean in here. That's how people are going to be able to differentiate if this is the expensive kind or not, as if those little black flecks. It's going to look like black pepper throughout. Now, if you've never dealt with a fresh vanilla bean here before, what we're going to do is peel out the seeds, and then we're going to put both the seeds and the husk into our heavy cream. But to do that, we're first going to have to take a paring knife like this, and we are just going to split this right down the middle with the tip of our knife. Just run your knife through the casing of our seed. One thing that I like to use instead of fresh vanilla is a bourbon vanilla syrup concentrate, but it's almost like a paste. It's like fresh vanilla paste. It's just the beans mixed with like a bourbon syrup. I would have written that up, but you know, it's a little that's an even harder ingredient to find and more expensive. So we're trying to keep it easy for everybody. SDSE78 Mod Elliot out of San Diego, California. Thanks for being around, Mod, for Elliot out of San Diego. Shout out to Elliot Eats, by the way, a good friend here of Ingrediology. I hope he's doing well. I've not talked to Elliot here in a minute. So we've split our vanilla bean open right here. And then we're just gonna take our knife, and I'm using the flat side instead of the sharp side, and just scrape those seeds out of there with the back of our knife, okay? Move all those seeds. And see, these is what I was talking about. This is what's gonna become your black little flecks in there. Make sure you don't have too much husk hanging out, like this little piece over here. Boop, boop, boop. Am I in the camera? Like that piece right there, you wanna take out, because that's woody. That's actually part of the bean's husk, okay? We just want the black vanilla. This looks like caviar, doesn't it? Come on. Come on, camera, you got this. Looks like caviar. All right, I got a little husk right there too. Hup, hup, hup. Did somebody get a shout out for Elliot, by the way? Thank you very much, Taff, I appreciate you. So now we're gonna go over to the stove, and where our heavy cream is at, we are gonna put our vanilla bean seeds, as well as the vanilla bean husk itself. Now the husk will get removed here at the end of this. And at this point, we're just trying to bring this up to a simmer. I may have told you all about simmers before. There is a difference between simmering and boiling. Simmering are those little bubbles along the outside of your liquid or whatever you're trying to heat up in the pan, and a boil is where it's trying to crawl out. All right, we don't want this trying to crawl out. We just want this to get hot enough so we see little bubbles, the sugar is fully incorporated, and our vanilla is at a temperature where it's steeping and releasing a whole bunch of extra flavor out there into the pan. Now, if I zoom in here, you can see, whoop, there we go. You can see those little flecks of vanilla. There we go. Stop shaking, camera. The greatest caviar ever, says Teff. You know, it smells pretty amazing in here in the kitchen right now, Teff. So yeah, it is pretty amazing. Next, with our cream on and heating, our vanilla and sugar combined with that cream, we just need to make sure to keep an eye out on that pot so it doesn't simmer or over simmer to boil too hard. Now we need to separate our egg yolks. So we have our 5 eggs down here on the board. We're gonna pull out 2 bowls. Let's get 2 bowls out here. You know what, I want smaller bowls and I want glass bowls. I want this, I want that. I want. Oh. Everybody, if you're just joining us here on Ingrediology, welcome to Wednesday Weeknight Dinner. We are making a classic creme brulee here on stream with you today. If you'd like to follow along with us, hit exclamation point menu or exclamation point recipe in chat. That'll spit at you out the link with a guide on our website so you can make this at home. All right, back down here on the board. I got 2 bowls. And then we're just gonna start separating these out. Yolks in one bowl, whites in the other, okay? Now, if you don't want to, whoop. Oh, I broke the first one. Is that bad luck? Now, you can either do this as I am by passing your yolk and your whites in between the 2 halves of your broken shell, or you can just crack it in your hand and let the white drip in between your fingers like that. Either way is okay. Now, did you guys know that egg yolks have a little membrane on the outside you can pick them up by? Well, for a time, helps if they're cold. These aren't super cold. I was getting a bunch of like pre-show shots with the new camera, making sure it was working and everything. I did some testing last night too. My eyes are on the pot, Taff. I'm trying to stay abreast of the situation here. I got vanilla under my fingernails. What a delicious mess I've made. What a delicious mess I've made. I said that one time. I spilled like a 10-pound bag of sugar back in dry storage in a restaurant I was working at, and I was like, what a delicious mess I've made. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend coming up? What are you guys getting into? Besides making some creme brulee, of course. Oh, man. That looks pretty good. All right, so we've got our 5 egg yolks here in the bowl. We're gonna take these whites. You can reserve these egg whites if you like, if you're making a meringue or if you really like egg white omelets or whatever you wanna do. We're not gonna be using them here in this recipe. Ooh. Okay, now to our egg yolks, we are going to add in sugar. This is another 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, and it's very important, everybody, that when you do this, you do not allow it to sit in the sugar. Because if you allow that sugar to sit together without having stirred it or incorporated it with our egg yolks, then it's going to crystallize, it's going to form hard little nodules that won't even melt out when we're tempering. Tempering is going to be something very important. I'm teaching you guys here later in the class how to bring the temperature of this egg yolk up slowly so that we don't cook it. All right? Visiting family in Oakland, even though I'm nervous to fly with COVID spikes. SDL. Well, you know, I think you'll be okay, SDSE. I hope you will be. It's great that you get to see family. First time on an airplane during the pandemic. I did it a couple of times. It's not that big of a deal. Just don't fight with the hostesses. Don't be a jerk. Keep your mask on, you know, all that good stuff. Aren't they taking that away on the airlines? I'm not trying to get into this discussion, but of the right or wrongness of it. Just, you know, be nice to service staff and wait, sky waitresses or service staff too. All right. Now, we've gotten our egg and our sugar combined. We got our cream and our sugar and our vanilla bean going up on the stove. Speaking of which, let's check back in on that. How are we looking? We're not even simmering quite yet, so I'm gonna take up the heat just a skosh. We're gonna take it to like medium high right now. Our next step on this is going to be tempering our eggs, all right? Now, what do I mean by tempering? I kind of mentioned it a second ago. Tempering is the process by which we are gonna take that simmering cream and we are gonna add it slowly, very slowly, while stirring to our egg yolks. Now, the goal is not to cook the egg yolks, just to combine this hot liquid with our relatively cold egg yolks so that it doesn't cook, all right? So that we have a nice custard and there's no chunks in it, and then we can portion that into our ramekins and bake it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Have you heated your oven? Did you do it? Better do it. Make it a quick meringue out of the egg white, give it a topping to top the creme brulee, give it a nice presentation. It's got a nice presentation anyways. It's got literal fire, Taff. And the meringue would just melt on top of all the hot melted sugar. Sorry, I didn't mean to shut you down that hard. Like, it's an interesting idea, but I guess I'm just not a fan of meringue. Kathy and I were discussing this the other day. Like, I do not like lemon meringue pie. I don't like key lime pie that has meringue on top. I like key lime pie. I just don't like the meringue on top of it because it's always just soggy and sugary and is melted and maybe people just aren't doing it properly. I don't know. I'm not a dessert expert. I'm not claiming to be one. Airlines still had a mask when I was visiting the States. I heard. Tempering, others call it alchemy. True, true. All right, so with our egg yolks done, we're just waiting on our cream to simmer, everybody. Oh, we also should add in our salt to the cream as it's simmering away. So now would be the time to add in that 1/8 pinch, 1/8 teaspoon, AKA a pinch of salt. Just stir this gently. It's coming up to temperature. Be patient, it's coming. Let's get a whisk out, and then I'm gonna need a large bowl, and I would recommend getting a large spoon as well. Why? Why is that, Chef? Because I want the large bowl because we can't combine all of our cream into this tiny little bowl right here. I'll move the egg yolks over to another bowl. Should have done it in the first place. And then the large spoon, everybody, the spoon is going to be for removing bubbles that form on the surface of our creme brulee. You see, we've even got bubbles right here on the top of our egg yolks already. And I don't want foamy bubbles hanging out because as our custard bakes, those bubbles will bake into the surface of it and it becomes all pockmarked and not smooth. You want it to be as smooth as you can get it. And what goes a long way to getting it as smooth as possible is removing those bubbles after we put them in our ramekins. When using meringues, one should never use too much. And for God's sake, mix the sugar properly. But if made properly, the meringue should not melt. Either you've caramelized the sugar on the after you've caramelized the sugar on the creme brulee itself. Yeah, if we allowed the caramel on top of the creme brulee to cool, yeah, I don't think it would be much of a problem. And then what do? You just go back and you toast? I guess you go back and you toast the meringue on top of it. Creme brulee with meringue on top. I don't know. I'm not sold. Convince me. Watch pot never boils, right? Watch pot never boils. So what are you guys drinking this afternoon? I assume that when you guys are joining me here on the show, you're having a couple of cocktails and some beers, and even if you're cooking along, I would definitely encourage that. I think I got something around right now. Oh, we got a little Colorado native. Then I need to make and bake it. Shake and bake. Tef, do you know when you're coming back out here to the States? Experience rich, delicious beer. The water of the Rockies. Colorado native. Locally brewed, locally owned. I'm making commercials now. Get out of here. I got a dolly. I got a dolly. You guys want to see it? Check out this cool little thing. Boop, 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 boop. So this is the device right here. It moves back and forth. It's just on 3 wheels right there. I got a new iPhone the other day. I kept my old one instead of trading it in. And so now I've got 2. And you can change the angle of the wheels and whatnot so that it has a different arc. Oh, it's got a remote control too. See? Whoop. Anyways, sorry, I'm just happy about my new toys, guys. Tastemate, how you doing over there? We slowly simmering our cream? Darn it. I know it's not gonna be this summer, but I do hope for an autumn trip after my school is finished in late September. Okay, heard that, very nice. Man, they weren't kidding. Watch pot does never boil. We got a little bit of steam coming off the top though. It's definitely getting warmer, and I don't feel any pieces of granulated sugar in there. So when we start seeing just our first bubbles along the outside there, guys, we're gonna pull it and we're gonna start tempering, okay? So I guess that means that in the meantime, I need to get my egg yolks into this larger bowl. Hup, hup. Look at all the action shots I'm getting. It's not gonna stop. All right, there we go. If you're just joining us, everybody, what I have down here in this bowl is going to be 5 egg yolks and a 1/4 cup of sugar. And then over here in our sauce pot, just coming up to a simmer, is going to be 2½ cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 vanilla bean with the seeds scraped and removed. The husk is in there as well. 1/4 cup of sugar, and then a pinch of salt. A pinch of salt technically is 1/8 of a teaspoon, in case you were wondering. Oh, look at that. There we go. We're at a simmer, everybody. That first burp, looking grande. Let's pull this off the stove. Come back over here to the board. Now, I want to show you a trick that I do. Because I, as the bereft line cook that I was back in the day, used to have to make creme brulee by myself, as I assume you will be as well. Where'd that vanilla bean go? All right, let's pull out the vanilla bean. And so it can be a little difficult to temper things into 2 different bowls if you're just going solo, all right? So take out the vanilla bean. You can just discard that and get rid of it. $9 vanilla bean, you better believe I'm gonna be using the whole thing. All right, so back down here, let's get a towel wrapped up. Ugh, you guys getting dizzy yet? So we're gonna take this towel and we are just going to twirl it. And then you can set it around the bottom of your bowl, cinching it tight. Just set it there in its own little nest, okay? That way your bowl stays still while you're ladling everything in, because you need to stir as you're tempering at the same time. So to begin our tempering, I'm just gonna take a ladle of our cream and vanilla mixture, and we're gonna slowly add this in. Adding it along the sides can really help, but just add a little bit at first. Make sure that gets incorporated. Add a little bit more, make sure that gets incorporated, etc., etc. Most especially, everybody, you don't want to be taking and just dumping your hot, heavy cream directly into the eggs, because they will definitely cook at that point. I'm not drinking, I'm working, and have you on the side. Heard that? Thank you, STSE. You keep working. Darth, I'm struggling with this. Darthalo? Welcome to the stream. It's great to see you. Happy Wednesday. Yes.
Well done.
Fancy camera. You got that right. Now, as the temperature comes up, we'll have more opportunity to mix in the cream. You can mix it up at a faster pace. Just the capture for that alert had me cracking up. Who breaks everything? The cats? I have lost track of chat, everybody. I apologize, because I've been playing with my new toy too much. Oh, hey, we got a new follower. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Oh, it's Roland. Roland, good to have you. Are you viewing on Facebook? Is that what's going on? Make sure to get that last little bit of vanilla bean right there, guys. So with this well-tempered, the outside of your bowl is going to be hot, as expected. Okay? But we now have, is that a piece of, there's a little piece of husk hanging out in there. We don't want that. I know, isn't this the best? Ooh, that's gonna be close. Is it gonna make the board? No, it isn't. It's not gonna make the board. It just barely made the board. Okay. I break wine glasses every day. At least one at work every day. All right, I think we're overusing it. We don't want to overuse this. It shouldn't become old hat. Now, you might be able to see these bubbles that we were talking about forming on the top of our creme brulee. Whoop. Okay. So like I was saying, we want to kind of get rid of some of these bubbles that got stirred up and whisked in. That's why I was using a spatula to mix this, guys, instead of a whisk. Because a whisk is going to add air into our custard. If you're just joining me, I'm doing this. I'm removing these bubbles because if the bubbles are in on top of the creme brulees as they're baking in the oven, then the surface won't be smooth. And we want a nice smooth custard. We want it to be like a lake in winter. A nice frozen lake. Look how yellow and rich it is though from those egg yolks we put in, guys. Pretty good? Pretty good? All right, 2-minute tidy. That could go over into the sink. Now, what we need to do is prepare for our casserole. Prepare to fire these into the oven. All right, so casserole. Prepare our casserole dish, which is going to be the water bath that we've got going on right here. Whew. What is happening right now? Guys, give me just a second. I'm just going to restart OBS camera. You know how fragile the glasses are when you drop them on the floor? I guess I do not. Okay, everybody. We are going to start filling up our ramekins. Whoop. 4 ounces of our custard mixture in each ramekin. Careful not to drip too much on the sides like I did with that first one. I'm gonna send some grippy finger gloves. You'll do no such thing, Megan. Then test it out. I'm here for my goodnight kiss from Logan, Sir Grunge. Welcome back. Mwah. Good night. Sleep tight, sweet prince. Au revoir. Bon voyage. All right. 4 ounces. 4 ounces in each one. Now, we're going to pour in our hot, boiling water up to halfway up the size of our ramekin. So we want the level of our water to come halfway up. That's what I'm saying. And the reason why we're putting in boiling water instead of just regular old water, room temperature water or cold water or what have you, is because we want these to cook evenly, and they won't cook evenly if we don't have them in hot water. Halfway up the sides. There we go. Now I know that this recipe makes 6, but I don't have any more ramekins. So here we are. It's got 4. Now I'm also going to take the time to clean up Get this camera out of the shot. I'm gonna clean up the edges here. And see what I'm talking about? These little bubbles. These damn bubbles. You gotta pop them. Pop. 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 Wow, chef, that's pretty anal retentive. You're right. You're right about that.
Logan.
Yep.
Now we've found our stride. Keep it going. Yes, well done.
Yeah. Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
All right, cool. Everything is done. You take and put these into the oven. So away we go.
Logan, don't panic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I probably should have pulled the cast iron out first, but I didn't, so here we are. Whoop. Hup. Ah. Where do I want these to go? I don't want them in the shot later, so
I feel for
just
Logan.
force them over here. Oh, damn. All right, nobody touch the cast iron, it's hot. And into the oven we go. We're gonna bake these for 21 minutes. 350 degrees. He could also not do that. You should do an ASMR stream sometime. It would put the Zen camera robot to good use. It is very zen. Make sure everything on top of the oven's off. All right, everybody. So we got 20 minutes to burn right here. And I do mean literally burn. You fools, of course, by the magic of television. Here I am. I already got some creme brulees ready to go. You guys thought I only had those ramekins. Ha 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 ha. As if. We are ready to brulee. Now, after our custard has baked, after our creme brulees have come out of the oven, you need to let them cool to room temperature for maybe like 15 minutes. Let them sit on the countertop, remove them from the water bath immediately. Set them on the countertop, let them kind of come down to a reasonable temperature. What I mean by reasonable temperature is when you go to cover them with plastic wrap, it doesn't melt the plastic wrap. You need your ramekin cool enough so it doesn't melt this. And then you can wrap them up and then put them in the cooler and allow them to chill. I would recommend allowing them to chill overnight, although these can be ready to go in as little as 4 hours. Der Kirch! What's up, Der Kirch? I appreciate you commenting on the YouTube video the other day, saying you like that we were doing YouTube videos when you're not able to catch the stream. We're working hard on that. We are working real hard to make that YouTube channel come together as best we can. And by the way, guys, if you aren't already following us on our YouTube channel, please go over and do so now. Like, it's just little abbreviated segments of what we got going on right here. We're going out live on YouTube at the moment, but I also take all these recordings and I edit them down. So instead of like a 2.5 hour shepherd's pie stream that you got to rewatch if you want to follow along with the recipe, then you can hit up the 7-minute shepherd's pie recipe that I edited down for you and did all kinds of cool graphics for you and put the recipe in there and listed out all the steps. I'm working real hard. Give me some love. Also got those dish towels at Home Goods since I know everyone was wondering. Gus! Happy Wednesday, Gus. Welcome to the stream. You having a good Wednesday, my friend? We're doing Classic Crème Brûlée this afternoon. All right, now back down here. We're gonna do 6, and then I'll have 7 sitting over here. That's what we want. There we go. All right. Now, let's talk for just a moment about this particular piece of equipment. This is a butane torch. Now, I buy these at Restaurant Depot. You can find these butane fuel cells. You can get them at Home Depot as well. And you can even order the little top here because the top is interchangeable. It's just the bottles that you're buying. Now there's fancier versions of this thing that you can buy that take little capsules of butane, but they're kind of a pain in the ass, honestly, to get refills for, because those canisters have to be in a specific size. It's like buying printer ink. Like they're like, oh, I have our creme brulee torch. It's only like $9, and they're going to charge you like $25 for each little fuel capsule that is about, what, 20% of the size of one of these things. These are big. They come in a 4-pack, and they also have the same kind of hookup for like a butane stove if you have a camping stove. So that's why I go with these. And just by attaching this little attachment right here, attach the attachment. We got fire, people. We got fire. All right, but before we play with fire, because I know you're all excited right now, before we go playing with fire, we need to get some sugar on each one of our creme brulees. So let's take this final 1/4 cup of sugar that I got over here, and we are going to add a little spoonful onto each one. This is not going to be a thick layer of sugar. Good, I'm on time. Ice cube should be cool enough. Hey. All right. Now, we're just gonna take and shake all this sugar out to the edges, because these are going to be a little damp on top. They've got a little bit of condensation. They'll pick up the sugar fairly easily. And then take and pour your excess out back into the bowl. Like I said, just a very thin layer of sugar right here. And we're going to do that with each one of these. Ba-do. Taste Mate people, you doing okay? Following along all right? How we doing over there? Y'all just silent as the grave. Okay, cool. We finally bought a fire extinguisher, by the way. Speaking of which, let me make sure I know where that's at. Okay, I got it. I know where it's at. I've never had to use a fire extinguisher on a butane torch. It's good to be prepared though. If you guys don't have a fire extinguisher in your kitchen, maybe look into getting one if you do a good amount of frying or using butane torches and whatnot. Always a good idea. It never hurts, all right? No one's ever like, man, we had that fire and I'm so sorry we bought the extinguisher. I'm late. Can you repeat the creme brulee part, please? I can. It'll be up on the YouTube channel in about, I'd say 2 weeks. 2 weeks we'll have the replay of the creme brulee shot. By the way, Gus, have you seen this? What? Get out of here. All right, I got a bunch of clutter and bullshit over here in this shot, so I want to get this out of here. Gotta stay clean, especially when the camera's moving, right? Hey, the Swamp Wolf, welcome to the kitchen, my friend. It's great to have you. Thank you for being here. My name's Logan. This is Ingrediology. And today, we are making classic creme brulee, as you can see by the creme brulees I've got down here on the board. Where are you joining us from, Wolf? Oh, you better believe I'm gonna be using the cool cam with the flamethrower. Hazel Tari, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my goodness, we got a bunch of people coming in. Oh, Kevin, thank you for following on the stream somewhere other than over there. Now, we're gonna begin. I'm gonna show you the first one over on this camera so you get a better sense of like what we're doing. Okay, let's get him out of the way. I just moved this and now I gotta move it again. Hup, 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 hup. Get out of here, Dolly. Okay, so when we're using our torch, everybody, make sure to keep it away from your iPhone. Now you see how our flame kind of comes to a point? You can barely see it. So there's the flame. It kind of comes to a point down around here. We're not going to be like, bah! Okay? We're not going that hardcore. We're just going to take and move the edge of the flame across the top of our sugar, spinning this, making sure we're reaching up here into the edges, getting an even coverage, all right? Now, if you do have a little bit of smoke start to occur, you're just getting real dark in a certain place, just pull the torch away, all right? Just lift it up, give it a second to let it finish smoking, and then go back in with the sugar. We're trying to just evenly toast and caramelize this nice thin layer of sugar that we got on top, okay? It requires finesse. Finesse. Oh God, watch Logan burn down our house. I'm not gonna burn down the house. Oh, ye of little faith. The worst part is you won't see the house burning down until 30 seconds later with this delay. Ooh, baby. I gotta be careful. I have so much equipment on the other side of this torch. I can't lose track of where I'm pointing the flame even for a second, because there's like thousands of dollars of stuff over on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here on Ingrediology's Wednesday weeknight dinner, as you can tell, we are making classic creme brulee, and we are very much in the creme brulee part right now. All right. So if you'd like to have this recipe, hit !menu or !recipe on in the chat, and that'll take you over to our website so you can follow along too. Up. Wait. There you go, guys. What happened with the follower only thing? Appreciate the welcome, everybody. I'm happy to follow. I'm from Florida. Prior restaurant owner, you have followers only mode on, by the way. Swalpwolf, yes. Sorry, I missed your chat down there, by the way. Trying not to burn down my setup, you know. It's cool to meet somebody else in the industry. Fantastic. It's awesome to see you. But yeah, we do the followers only thing because I'm like, I literally put these out for free every week. And I don't charge anything. I don't ask anything of anybody. I provide a ton of resources. The absolute least you can do if you want to interact with me, I'm not saying you in particular, this is just my philosophy on whether or not to turn it on or off, is like, you can at least hit the heart button. I can at least get a follow if you want to like come in and ask me questions and interact with my community. It also helps keep some of the trolls out, not all of them, but some of them, all right? Now, back down here on our creme brulees, we are going to, gosh, I'm typing in the chat. Boop. For our next creme brulee, everybody, we are going to give it just a little bit more sugar. I felt like the sugar layer could have been a little thicker on that last one. All right, so just take and divvy that out all around the edges. What kind of restaurant did you own, Wolf? PSA, keep your torch away from the drapes and probably your pets too. I would agree. Did you serve creme brulee on your menu, Wolf? Question, could you theoretically just swap back and forth between 2 cups since they are on and off times? Could. And if I was working in a restaurant setting and I had a ticket come in for, 6 creme brulees, I would be doing that. By adding that little bit of extra sugar here on top, guys, it's just going to make the crust of our brulee, of our creme brulee, a little bit thicker. Now, you can make it too thick to the point where it does not, you can't toast the sugar on the lowest layers of it. So make sure you keep it thin. Took me to a saucy samosa recipe. Hey! There you go, Hazeltari. We did saucy samosas last week. Is the bot acting up? Napalm is a solid substitute for a blowtorch. Yeah. They're making a lot of it in Ukraine right now. I'll tell you that much. PSA, this stream is not liable for you burning yourself, others, or property with a blowtorch. Very true. And if by napalm, Wolf, do you mean like sternos? Those are basically napalm inside of them, the gel sternos. And guys, you can find all these recipes on ingrediology.org. Just head on over to the website. We've been doing this for a while now. It's seething. It's angry. There we go. I'm no chemist, but it's like styrofoam, gas, and some paint there. Yeah, it is. I think that's exactly what it is. All right, let's add a little bit more. Sugar on top here. And just a skosh more sugar. Looks like a door to the demon realm is opening. So guys, this is why I was talking about your sugar being a little thicker. You need to go even slower with this, okay? Because what happens is this beads up, and then that sugar on top is going to get caramelized real quick. And it'll burn before the sugar underneath it is totally done. So this is where this technique of kind of alternating your heat, being very strategic in where you're putting the end of the torch, and bringing up the temperature of our sugar slowly is going to play a key role. This is be satisfying to watch. Thank you, thank you. Not a big sweets guy, but I can't leave due to the production quality. Hell yeah, Wolf. This is the first time we're using these new cameras today, man. Like, for real, this is a treat for the whole stream. I've been setting all this up. I've been working on our dolly work. All right, guys, this finishes off our last creme brulee right here. The last one that I have made. It's always tempting. I can go a little darker. I can push it a little farther without burning it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I'll be sure to continue to be here. I love food. That's awesome, Swam. Well, you said you owned a restaurant. You gotta love food, right? That's really cool. Thank you so much for the compliment, my friend. And thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. We've been doing this for like 2.5 years. So I'm a chef instructor out in Denver, Colorado. And I used to be the sous chef. If you had a restaurant in Florida, you probably heard of Season 52. I was one of the trainers and then the executive sous chef for Denver Season 52. I was based out of Indianapolis, and I would go around the country and open up restaurants for them. I relocated here to Denver to take a management job, and then I, you know how hard it is. 80-hour weeks. You're the owner, so it's like 100-hour weeks for you, especially when you're first getting off the ground. And I had this opportunity at a place here locally that taught publicly available cooking classes. They wanted chef instructors, and so I came in and I tried out. They loved me, and I ended up working there for the next 4 years until COVID hit. So I taught hundreds of people, thousands of people in hundreds of classes for those 4 years over every single different genre of food you can think of. And then COVID hits, and it's like, oh, I don't have a job anymore. It's not, they kept me on. They were like, hey, we're gonna keep like you and one other person employed, which is very flattering. But at a certain point, after a couple of months of doing like one party a week and having my paycheck go down to like 10% of what it was, I was like, I'm just gonna invest more here into the stream. We're gonna continue doing this online, which we had been doing like the month before the pandemic. I just started my Twitch channel, and then all this happened. It was just kind of like, you know, baked into it. So we've been doing this for about 2.5 years, about 2 years now. It's fun, but yeah. I did Upscale American Bistro. I had a fellow from Le Petit, a close friend, help me streamline my menu. Oh, very nice. So are you still in the business, or has that unfortunately since closed? I didn't make enough money to spend that much time away from my kids, so I shut it down in October. And that's kind of the conclusion I came to. It's like, yeah, the pay is pretty good, especially in a corporate environment for a company like Darden. You know, I had insurance, I had a 401k, my paychecks always came on time. I never got paid in liquor bottles as I have in the past. Oh, that's our timer there on the custards, everybody. Let's get this set up. But it was really a quality of life question. And it sounds like it was the same for you. Okay, I'm gonna zoom real close in on this, guys, because I want you to take a look at something, because this can be deceiving. There we go. Okay. This could be a little bit deceiving. You don't know exactly when your custards are done, and then people end up letting them go too long. They become overcooked and they curdle. The custard is cooked. You see how nice flat top we've got going on right here? Look at this one though, right here. There's some bubbling going on, coming up from the bottom. All right, we don't want it ever to have a malformed surface. It shouldn't bubble, and it's hot, so your custard's gonna be relatively loose, but it's not moving around like water, right? If I tap the side of our casserole dish, that's moving around like water. Our custard is solidified, and then as it cools, over the next 12 hours in the refrigerator, condenses, it will set up in that perfectly creamy custard consistency that we're looking for, all right? So pull it at this 21 minutes. Don't wait and be like, oh, it still looks a little loose. Trust me, it's not. You're gonna regret letting it go longer if you do. Let's go over to 7. All right, let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of our water. Be very careful carrying this around, guys. Do not spill boiling water. I saw that happen to a line cook one time. Hold on, Wolf. I see the comment. I'm coming back. A lot of things happening right now. Completely fair. Restaurant life is hard. It is. It is. There's a culture that I loved, and I had a ton of fun playing with food ideas and eating once a day, right? Eating once a day and smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes and stressing out over it, the fish orders coming on time, calling purveyors and being like, listen, I need another custard tomatoes today because I got it for a party and you guys ship me shit. Sorry. So, and all the trauma is coming back. But yeah, let's see. Let's go back down here. My favorite item became too expensive from the beef price hike. I made a shaved prime rib sandwich with custom seasonings. Had a garlic confit sauce and toast brioche buns. Love it. That does sound amazing. Ooh. Now, garlic confit sauce. Damn, I do love garlic confit. We're gonna have to do garlic confit on the stream here at some point, everybody. We're at the point now, guys, where we just need to let our ramekins cool to room temperature, give it a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna wrap these in plastic wrap and put them in the cooler again to chill overnight. You want these to go overnight. You can eke by. You might be able to make it in like 4 hours. And they could be set if you're like really in a pinch. I'll be honest with you, I made these. I made the ones that we just toasted off. This one looks much better. I made the ones that we just toasted off this morning. I made them at like 8 a.m. this morning. I just got up, I made myself breakfast, and then I made a half batch of creme brulee. I'm bougie like that, all right? That I love food. Oh, I heard. Please stop making me drool, says Tef. I know, right? It's not fair. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here on Ingrediology, we are making a classic creme brulee, and I shouldn't even say we have made a classic creme brulee this afternoon. We've gone ahead and we've actually already bruleed some of them as well, but check it out down here on the... There we go. And you see what I was talking about earlier, guys? This is where the hard work pays off in removing those bubbles. Look at how smooth. God damn it, go to auto. Uh-oh, looks like we lost somebody over on the Tastemade side. That's too bad. You hate to see it. What is going on? Is that nice? Did you guys like that? Anyways, you see how smooth the surface of our creme brulees are right here. Wait, how do they finish these on Chopped? Oh! Did you just realize they make that up? They don't. They don't finish them. They come back and do it later. Or they're using a very shallow dish. I don't know. Or they use the blast chiller, which is just gonna like chill the outside the custard and not get it internally completely done. You know. I just think people who spend as much time, effort, and love in good food, delectable food, are just not appreciated enough. I would agree with that. Swamp Wolf.
Talk to me.
I mean, the blast chiller would speed up the process that much. See, we're on the same page. But again, the blast chiller is just gonna like get the outside very cold and not penetrate deep to set your custard in any short amount of time that you put it in there. And by the time the center was solidified in the blast chiller, the outside would be frozen. So you're really screwed at that point. Logan, that was disgusting. I sometimes with this camera, you have to flip it into like the front-facing camera and then flip it back to the rear-facing camera to get to like reset the autofocus. That's what I had to do. I just thought I'd make a face for you guys. What? What? Okay. Those fakes, I feel duped now. I love those shows. You watch a lot of those shows, I was say. See, I don't really watch those shows. First off, in the past decade, the shows that I grew up with on Food Network have gone away. Emerald, Lagasse, Rachel Ray's moved to a different channel, Giada De Laurentiis. They had like a year with Anthony Bourdain. But what I'm saying is like foods that really focus on how do you make this at home? It's all cake wars and candy battles and guys grocery games, blah, blah, blah. They're becoming the History Channel is right now. It's like it's not relevant, it's clickbait, it's not history anymore on the History Channel, and it's hardly even food on the Food Network. It's how do we make up another game show where somebody might have to cook something sometime? You know, and the audience gets nothing out of it. I mean, sure, gets a lot of clicks, gets a lot of views. They're doing it, you know, because it's driving advertisers and it's driving sales. I understand why they're making these shows. But the people, I mean, like that I want to reach are the crowd that generally are watching those kind of things because they want to learn how to make something, all right? You can have fun sprinkled in along the way. I want it to be fun, but you also need to have something out of it on the other side, which is why you should go to ingrediology.org and check out our menu. No, I'm just playing. The whole reason I started a restaurant, aside from supporting my family, is to make people happy. At what point are people truly happy? What do we use at large gatherings to make sure everyone stays calm and happy? It's food. Food is happiness. Food can definitely translate into happiness. Food is how I show love. You know, if I love you, I'm gonna cook for you, for sure. Even if I just like you, I'll cook for you. You know, making something special, something you put time and effort into out the other end, and to get the just that warm, fuzzy feeling when you're watching somebody eat something and they go back for seconds, or they're like, oh my God, do you have any more of this? That's what it's about. I do, which is how my wife found Elliot. I agree with you. Thank you, SDSE. Thank you. Alcohol, says Gus. Thank you for banning Tef, Snake Eye. I appreciate you. Those fluffy pancakes when I got and visited Ingrediology HQ. Exactly. Tef, I love you. So I gave you my love in the form of deliciously fluffy buttermilk pancakes. Tef had never had an American-style pancake. He thought they were like crepes. Like, I say that because of Talladega Nights and Sacha Baron Cohen playing the French racer. He's like, so you like ready-to-eat pancakes? No, ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Just say you like ready-to-eat pancakes. Oh, I had those crepes down at IHOP. They're really good. Am I too much for you guys right now? That's okay. I mean, I am drinking, Gus. Your full criticism is, break my arm. Go on, break it. Oh, Wolf, I think you and I are gonna be good friends. All right, this is cooled. Not at all, fun content. Thanks, SDSE. Me and some friends on Twitch had a food idea. Oh, Orcapaka, first off, hi Orcapaka. Happy Wednesday to you, thanks for being here. What was your guys' food idea that you wanted to pitch my way? I might just steal it. You know I'm a food like creator, right? Like I might just take it. I'm so... Sante? Shoal, man? What? How many drinks have you had, Gus? This is still my first one. All right, let's get these wrapped up. Oh, that's really close. Back down here to 6. This out of the way. tuna steak covered in sesame and black sesame seeds that lays on some pink mashed potatoes, with beet, and a drizzle of wasabi mayo. I like it. So the black and white sesame seeds, when we would crust that, we used to call that a tuxedo mix in restaurants. We like black sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, which are actually the exact same thing if you didn't know that. Black sesame seeds just don't have the hull removed. All sesame seeds are black, but the white ones have that hull steamed off of them, and that's how you get white sesame seeds if you didn't know. We say Santi and cling our glasses to get against each other. Oh, heard. Okay, so like slancha, sante, yeah, salut, all that good stuff. Chin chin. I've had some ideas. I'd like to be one day to showcase how a large, cheap cut of beef can be slow cooked in thinner strips and maintain tenderness without ruining your wallet. Have you ever bought like a quarter of a cow? Is that what you're talking about, Wolf? Do you think they will all work with each other? I don't know about the beet and the mashed potato. So something I've seen that reminds me of something I think would work really well with that is, have you ever heard of black Chinese forbidden rice? It's black forbidden rice, but it's literally black rice. The water, the juice comes out a little bit purpley. But what I would do is make up some forbidden rice. It's the black forbidden rice. And then it's a very high starch content rice, so it should stick to itself pretty well, especially after it's cooked. You can mix in some other binding agents, but make some rice cakes out of that. Maybe toast it, fry it on each side in the pan, same pan you do the tuna in, and then put that on top, your tuna on top of your rice cake, and drizzle your wasabi over the top. You're gonna get a nice like punch of color from the black rice, right? It's gonna kind of match and tie in with the tuxedo mix of white and black sesame seeds are outside of your tuna. And then of course the wasabi mayo is gonna look good on top. And then, yeah, maybe like a ginger dressing, like a Mikoto kind of deal. I think it would work really well. You don't see potatoes and tuna together too often. I would be very suspect. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it would be a different way in which I've cooked potatoes. And I'm assuming you're planning on cooking this tuna steak like rare, right? You're like searing the outside, so it's gonna be like kind of it's not sushi tuna, but it's raw on the inside. Care to elaborate? Yeah, sure, Orcapaka. So after you cook your rice, let's see if I can find a recipe for it. I bet you I can find a recipe for it. Let's go over to 5. There we go. All right, here we go. Purple Biko, sweet rice cake. Black rice cake, Jamie Geller. And then here is the link I just found you, Orca. Check that out. Boom. All right, everybody. So let me just talk to my taste-made people here real quick. As I mentioned at the top of the stream, everybody, we are gonna be making a little bit of dinner here. And if you'd like to continue hanging out and chatting with us and being a part of the stream, I'd love for you to. But we have concluded our creme brulee this afternoon. If you have any questions, if you want to catch up, if there was something I wasn't clear about, please be sure to let me know down here. There's a chat box over here, all right? Over here on this side of the screen. Nobody ever uses it. No one ever talks to me, but there is a possibility to. All right? But if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to clear those up for you. Look out for the YouTube video of this here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know exactly where it is on the docket. And that will be an abbreviated version of what we just covered here the past half hour. If something comes up later and you're cooking this and you have a question, hit me up on the social medias. All right, Instagram's a good place to reach me. You can also email me at logan@ingrediology.org, not .com. We're gonna get that settled here in the next year too. And yeah, cool. Love you guys. Keep sticking around. We're gonna be making up some pork and udon noodle bowls. Is it made with black rice powder? Is that what you mean? Nah, does that recipe have black rice powder in it? I'm sorry. I just kind of pulled the first one I saw. I'm talking about something that's just like black rice, but formed into a cake. Now, I had a buddy, I was working a private event with him a couple of months ago, and he took his black rice and he fried it. And so they were like crispy little bits of fried rice on the plate. So you cook it first, and then you fry it in oil and put it, but not like fried rice, but like fried it crispy. So it kind of like puffs a little bit. That's what he did. And it was like black Rice Krispies, literally like that. Ooh, I have one. Favorite cut for a French fry, curly fry. Curly fry, hands down. And Arby's fries are the best unless there's a Rally's and or Checkers nearby, in which case Checkers has the best fries. Oh, we got DeKirsch coming in for waffle. This might be a good Twitch poll. Mods, what is your favorite cut of French fry? Shoestring, waffle, curly, the old ramrod straight. Let's call that the old fashioned. Also, fried peaches, just like on the grill or a skillet. What do you think? Where would that work, if even at all? Well, I mean, if you took and you batter fried your peach, like take your peach, put it on a stick, and then dip it in like funnel cake batter. Yes, I bet you should probably peel it too. I would peel the peach, or would the batter adhere better? Because you know what I would do? I'd peel the peach, do a dredge, so put your peeled peach in flour, and then dip it in like a funnel cake batter, and then fry that. Boom, I just came up with a new fair food. Get out of here. Georgia State Fair. I bet somebody probably already does that. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Look out. All right, guys, I want one last shot with these creme brulees while they're still hot. Jesus, I keep clicking away from the window. That's a great song, SCSC. President of the United States. I guess I gotta eat one, right? I gotta eat one of these things on cam. I really eat my food on stream. Poll up, says Taff. Guys, vote in the poll. What kind of French fry is your favorite French fry? All right, here's the test, everybody. Oh, you hear that? Am I getting that close to the mic? That's a hard crust. That's what we want. There we go. Ooh. Hold on, let's go back down here. I'm gonna mess around with this here real quick. Guys, if you're just joining us here on this Wednesday weeknight dinner, I've gotten a new camera, as you can tell, and I'm having a lot of fun just screwing around with it. We just finished our classic creme brulee. We got the custards out of the oven. I taught you how to brulee with a torch, and now it's time to eat it. Yeah, that's exactly how creme brulee should taste. I have no complaints. No notes! Get the fuck out. Shoestring is king. Shoestring is garbage, Wolf. My hands were full of meat juice. What are you talking about, Snake Eye? I was leaning more towards using peaches and savory foods. Oh, interesting, Orca. Not bad. I wasn't ignoring you. I just didn't see it. I mean, that's fair, Wolf. You're right. They do. They stay crispier. Nothing's worse than soggy, cold fries. How much sriracha do you want to put in it, Snake Eye? I'm from Belgium, so I'm entitled to say there's only one cut. Pomme allumettes. What does allumette mean? Les pommes allumettes ou pommes pailles sont des fruits très fins qui se dégustent chaudes en complément au froid à l'apéritif. So if you understood that, congratulations. I just read the Google search result for you. They look like shoestring fries. Yeah, they're shoestrings. Same things. Very, very thin. Oh, interesting, Wolf. I like your tactic there. I like to dip my French fries in burger sauce instead of ketchup. I like the violent opinions, though. I wake up and I choose violence every morning, my wife would tell you, Swamp. I'm definitely a lot in the morning. Taff, can you speak to that? Am I a lot in the morning? I wake up angry. Snake Eye, how much? All of it. That's a good question, STSE, because, you know, I kind of thought A1 at first, but it's like, you don't put that on burgers. That's a steak sauce. So a burger sauce, is that like special sauce? Is that mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together? American sauce? What? DeKirch, what is American sauce? Please help me out here. What? Don't you guys have American sauce for your fries? I really enjoy vinegar on my fries. All right? All right? All right, I need to get this going. What am I doing? Let me show you what I'm making here today, everybody. Pulled this recipe off a Bone app. It's gonna be this like stir-fried udon noodles with pork and scallions. All right, I got vegetable oil, 4 cups, very coarsely chopped green cabbage from about 1/4 of a medium head. I got a small head of cabbage, so we could probably use about half of this right here. Mayo and relish, says DeKirch. Mayo, ketchup, dash of mustard, either dill seasoning or a mashed up dill pickle. Okay, all right. Kind of sounds like Thousand Island, missing a couple of ingredients. Let me fix the wheels on the camera right here. Go. I'm gonna put these other 2 back in the cooler. Save those for dessert tonight. Nicely done, says Tef. Nicely done for what? I'm just working through our mise en place here for our pork udon noodles. I'd say that's about 4 cups. I know it does, Snake Eye. Mint sounds fine with lamb, but not beef, in my opinion. Sounds like Bob's burger sauce from Tommy's here in Cali. Oh, interesting. Yeah, burger sauce is great for anything, really. Shit, drizzle some on the cheese when you're making poor man's quesadilla. All right, we can probably turn off the oven. I can move my sign back into position over here.
More Hot Pockets!
Boom, boom, boom. Things just get so messy over here, guys. It's hard not to make a mess when I'm cooking. But now I gotta worry about this stupid dolly. Ah, thanks for the bits. Wait, who did bits? Set in. I'm gonna do this last wedge. Dude, I have a head of cabbage in the fridge. I could make slaw. Ooh. Make up some slaw, baby. Call in a cleaning lady. You know why they call it coleslaw, Wolf? Because cabbage is part of the cole family of vegetables. It's cole. Anything that's from the cole family. So cabbages are all considered coleslaw. It was back when people were more engaged with farmers and knew exactly what was cooking. Yo, I bought myself 2 new kitchen knives today. Hey, congratulations, Orca. What kind did you get? What style and what brand? Dropping by before I head to sleep. Hope you're doing well, Logan. Connor, I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great Wednesday as well and a good week in general. Guys, make sure that you're following the Only Deaf Guy here on Twitch. He's a line cook, works in a bistro in the UK, and he's on usually during the morning times for us here over in the States. But just a really great guy and a good hang to be with on stream, okay? So go give him some love. Best day ever, except for the part where I worked a lot. except for that. That's how I felt yesterday. Got to go to the Apple store yesterday, pick up the new iPhone, place that, and then Maggie got herself an iPad Pro and a pencil and a keyboard and stuff. Partially tax return money, partially bonus money from her. So it was a fun electronic day. And then the dolly showed up yesterday, so I got to like play with all my new toys. Okay, so we're also gonna need 8 ounces of ground pork. I've got 16 ounces right here. That's not ideal, but we'll make it work. Let's get our cabbage into a big bowl first though. Guys, if you're still hanging out with us over here on Tastemade, this is kind of more what the stream generally is on Twitch, or what it was before we started doing these very structured classes with recipe guides and everything linked to the website, yada, yada, yada. Just hanging out and making some delicious food together. Hey, Kev. Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. All right, cabbage is set over here. Let's get 8 ounces of pork measured out. Boom, boom. I don't know much about styles and names and such. I can send you a picture on Discord, or you can see it in my Insta, but give me 2 seconds. I'll check the brand. Heard, no worries. M-Fan Dukes, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hey, hey. Happy Wednesday to you, Dukes. Glad you're here. What's new in your life? What you been cooking recently? Ah. My first chef's knife was a 9-inch hammer stole. Felt so good. Happy for you. Kev with the wallet mark on his thick rear. All right. What are we doing over here on Bone App? So 2 7-ounce packages of instant udon noodles. Flavor packets discarded. Okay. Heard that. I've never made this recipe before, guys. So if you want to make this recipe along with me, then just go to bonappetit.com and search stir-fried udon noodles with pork and scallions. But I got these like pre-parboiled udon noodles. I love udon noodles. It's a nice Japanese wheat noodle. Speaking of thick, these are some thick noodles. Just made some baked chicken with a pineapple jalapeno salsa on top. So good. How are you? Dude, I'm doing great. We just had a fantastic stream cooking some creme brulees here. And if you'd like to check out the recipe that we just did, sorry, I've already eaten most of my creme brulee, then you can hit !recipes in chat. It'll take you over. So, just the noodles, no recipe packets or any crap like that. So coming back over here to 5. All right, let's see. What are we doing first? Add cabbage, cook, tossing often until edges are brown. Reduce heat to low. Continue to cook, tossing often until the thickest part of cabbage leaves are tender. About 4 minutes. Remove from heat, set skillet aside. Okay. Place udon in a large heat-proof bowl or pot if you don't have one. Cover with 6 cups of boiling water. Let sit 1 minute, stirring to break up the noodles, then drain into a colander. Blah, blah, blah. Transfer noodles back to bowl and toss with sesame oil, and transfer cabbage to the bowl with noodles and wipe out your skillet. So it sounds like I need to get some boiling water on before I do anything else. So let's get that filled up, okay? They're called Kiwi brand, made in Thailand. Interesting. Don't worry, everyone. He only touches his mouse with his knife hand, so all the E. coli is on the other hand. How much sriracha is in this recipe? I would be down to add some sriracha to this recipe, Snake Eye. My brother-in-law said they are pretty amazing for the low price, about $20 for 2 knives. I don't know how long they will last, but I think it was worth it either way. As long as you sharpen and maintain them, cheap knives are fine. Having a $100 or $500 knife isn't as amazing as people make it sound. I agree with you, Wolf. And Orca, listen to him, because he does know what he's talking about. Some of the sharpest knives I use are those like cheap $9 Victorinox knives that you find in kitchens. It really is all about the maintenance. Get yourself a whetstone. You need a whetstone. You need a steel. You need a little bit of mineral oil, all right? And then you need to learn how to sharpen a knife. And there's plenty of guides out there online to help you be able to do that. All right, turning our heat to high underneath the water so that we have some hot water to bring our udon noodles back to life in. There we go. I'm assuming you know the wooden spoon on boiling water trick. Dukes, I don't buy the wooden spoon on boiling water trick because I've had it go over, and we actually did it on stream one time. What works best if you want to decrease any kind of overflow that's going to be coming from boiling water, especially with pasta or noodles like we're making today, is a little bit of oil on top. That oil breaks up the surface tension of your water, and when those starches are released from your noodles, then they're not able to have enough tension on the surface to create those bubbles. So I prefer oil as opposed to the spoon technique. But you do you, boo-boo. You do you. I'm not over here trying to yuck your yum. You've got my attention. But they both have flat backs, one with a flat edge and one with a wavy edge.
I feel for Logan.
Interesting. That wasn't meant to come off as rude as any way. All right, Dukes, we're really just here to help, okay? I'm just jerking your chain. All right, so we've got our water on. It's coming up to a boil. We got to get our cabbage in on a high heat. We're gonna be sauteing our cabbage. So I'm gonna get the biggest skillet that I got. Burp, burp. Nope. All my hotkeys are different. I've been using the same damn hotkeys for 2 years. Switched them up today. All right, we're gonna bring that on high. We're gonna set this to high. We're gonna get a couple of tablespoons of clear oil, neutrally flavored oil down here into our large skillet. Puck McDuck. What's up, Puck? The puck's up. Happy Wednesday, my friend. Good to see you. We just finished off at making a little bit of creme brulee, Puck, and now I'm starting on the real dinner for tonight. The family's getting dessert and dinner. They're spoiled, but usually whatever I'm making on stream serves as dinner for what we're having. So when I do something like a dessert, which we did creme brulee today, I gotta work double time. So we've already finished the creme brulee class here on stream, and now we're moving into just making some random recipe that I shopped for earlier on in the week for off of like Bon Appetit or something. But how have you been, my friend? What have you been getting into? Tell me the news from Puck's life. Creme brulee. Is he just telling you that you're doing everything wrong and he's doing everything right? No big deal. Exactly, Orca. Exactly. See, you got it. You got it. You're picking up what I'm laying down. Thought adding oil when cooking pasta was so the pasta wouldn't stick. And you know, that's the general. Like, you do need to add oil to pasta, but after it's been drained. Any oil that you're putting into the water just sits out on the surface of the water because oil and water separate. That answer your question, Puck? Yes, we torched the hell out of it. Got some really cool shots, Puck. You've not been here for very long, but I got a new camera, my friend. Check this out. I think I'm pretty hot shit right now. Ooh, look how delicious this bowl of cabbage looks when it's moving. That's crazy. Hell yeah. Wait, can I answer what again, Tef? What's going on? Boop, boop. Chillin', starting a new job Monday. Where's your question, Tef? Is it true a washed pot never boils? Yes, that actually is true. And we demonstrated that earlier here in the class. Ballin'! I know, right? This is the fanciest looking cabbage you've ever seen in your life. In your goddamn life. Ooh, ooh. All right, guys, back down here on the pan, we need to, on this camera. Orca, you heading out? Anyways, I have a long day tomorrow. Gonna say some hellos and head to sleep. Heard that, Orca. Thank you for being here with us on our Wednesday weeknight dinner. Good luck at work. Great job getting the new knives. I hope they serve you well. And let me know if you have any questions. Like if you're looking at the knife sharpening thing, you don't know exactly what to get, I'm more than happy to help you out, all right? And you can interact with all these lovely people over on the Discord, guys. !Discord in chat. Did a joke went over your head. I tried to make you start a flame again just to make Maggie nervous for her house. Her house? Our house. Ourin. Oil's nice and hot. Here we go. Only pans. Well, that works too, I guess. Turn it on high. Goddamn. There you go. That's sizzling ASMR. You getting that autonomic sensory meridian response going on there, Duke? Hey Maggie, how much did your new moving camera cost? Fuck off, Snake Eye. Such a prick. All right, let's see. What else are we doing over here? Tossing on until the edges are browned, about 4 minutes. Reduce heat to low and continue to cook, tossing off until the thickest part of the cabbage leaves are tender. About 4 minutes. Remove from heat and the skillet set off to the side. Place udon in a large heat-proof bowl. All right, so why don't we come down here and we'll do the same bowl we had our cabbage in. Looks like our edges are starting to brown over here, guys. Starting to. It's a track. It's actually not a track, Puck. Check it out. I'll show you what I'm doing here. You gonna see the movie magic going on right here? Actually, the wheels, I can adjust the angle of the wheels, and it's got a little remote. I can like, oh, reverse the speed. Or not, just reverse it, and then I can speed it up. Got 3 settings, I can stop it. Isn't that nifty? You're distracting me from my cabbage. It says turn the heat to low and allow it to continue to cook. So there we go. Turn it on low. How fast can it go? So I'll put it on the highest setting for you. So this is 1. This is 2. Oh, something's wrong with the wheels. What the fuck? There's like a piece of cabbage or something underneath it. See, that is the thing. You got to keep the area where it's rolling like completely clear. All right, let's do this again. This is the fastest that it'll go. And I can take it down. This is 1, 2, a little bit faster, and 3 is the fastest. Thanks, Puck. It's some Home Shopping Network production right there. I know. Guys, if you're just joining us here on Wednesday weeknight dinner, welcome to the stream. I'm happy you're here. We've already finished up our creme brulee class, but if you'd like to go back and cook along on that same creme brulee recipe, then you hit ! menu or ! recipe in chat. That'll take you over to the website. We've got a class guide set up for you. All the equipment that you need for the class is listed out in both picture and text format. We've got the recipes, and it can be converted either into imperial or metric measurements. It can be in Fahrenheit or Celsius. You can scale the yield on it. The recipe itself acts as a shopping list with little check mark boxes next to the ingredients so you can take to the grocery store with you and check off everything as you're getting it. Plus there's nutritional information and all that kind of stuff over there. We made it really handy, really easy for you to recreate this stuff at home. All right, guys, if you check out over on the other side, camera 4, we got our water boiling, so we need to bring this over for our udon in our large bowl. So we got that here on the board. We're just gonna empty this into our noodles and allow it to sit for a couple of minutes just to refresh these things. What? It can move and I'm not moving it? You fool. Also, guys, make sure if you're not following us already on YouTube, go over and hit that now. I post all these classes edited down. So instead of a 2-hour class, you get a 5-minute video. It takes about 2 weeks for me to turn it around, but they do come out. We just posted our very mushroomy meatloaf recipe. That's our latest video up on the stream, but we also got poke, we've got shepherd's pie, there's chicken top biscuit pot pies, samosa's coming here, spatchcock chicken's coming, and tiramisu is coming in the next couple of weeks. Thank you, Dukes. Bon allumette. All right, let's see. Heat remaining 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in the same skillet over medium-high heat. Add pork, breaking up and spreading across the surface of the pan with a spatula or tongs. Cook pork undisturbed until its underside is brown, about 3 minutes. The pork will never brown if you're fussing with it the whole time. So when we say undisturbed, that means you keep your paws off. I like whoever wrote this recipe. Who the hell is this? Claire. I should have known it was Claire. Claire Saffitz. Oh, Claire. Oh, Claire, you're so sarcastic. Pork is brown, break up meat in small bits, cooking, tossing it just until there's no more pink. Add chopped scallions, ginger, red pepper, continue to cook until scallions are softened. About a minute, add udon, mirin, soy sauce, and cook, tossing constantly. So let me get my liquid ingredients out here real quick. This is gonna just, that was a risky move, but you know, we made it work. Okay. Yes, Puck, we did samosas last week for our live stream. And then I'll have that edited here in like 2 weeks and back up as a YouTube video. Much more condensed. Okay, what do we need here? We need scallions, we need ginger, we need crushed red pepper flake, mirin, soy sauce. Now, I couldn't find mirin, everybody. I understand that this is a rice wine, a rice cooking wine. And I know this is not the same thing, but I'm going to be subbing out with some Shaoxing wine today. Let's use a little bit of dark soy sauce. Where's our sesame oil at? Black soy sauce. Favorite kitchen appliance to use? That's interesting. I mean, I guess it would depend on the situation, but favorite to use, where I have the most fun? Does this answer your question? Does this answer your question? Probably the torch. Anytime I get to play with fire, right? Toasted sesame seeds and then scallions. That's what I mean. Hey everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Weeknight Dinner with Ingrediology. If you're just joining us, introduce yourselves. Shout out in the chat. No, can you answer the question again? No. All right, let's get this out of here. We're gonna wash up our scallions real quick. Go. Fine, tell us how many different creme brulee variants you know how to do. I mean, there's creme caramel, there's flan, there's creme brulee. I've done blood orange creme brulees before, believe it or not, and what is it? Pot de creme, which has like chocolate and sometimes espresso in it. I used to do a chocolate espresso pot de creme. Guys, I'd like some honest feedback right here, quick. Are the classes too simplistic for you? For those of you who are cooking along, you know, who are taking full advantage, I don't want to hear from you people who don't even look at the website, but is it too... I'm trying to gauge these things so that, you know, we got a good entry point, a good stepping on point for our new people who might just be getting into the kitchen for the first time or cooking or whatever. I want it to be approachable. Hey, Puck, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate you, my friend. And we are just going to thinly slice our shallots. Shallots. I said shallots. I meant scallions. keep having this damn door open? Because like we're doing creme brulee. Creme brulee is like a very straightforward, very easy kind of recipe. And I just want to make sure I am not boring people. Like, I can do it, sure, but I also, there's a difference between what I do to impress my chef friends and then what I would teach in a class that I think people want to buy. I just love your hair. That's why I'm here. Heard. Okay, I got a cut yesterday, so good. Keeping it on point for you, Gus. I totally can't chop like that. Well, you know, you got to practice there. Get a new knife like Orcapaka. All my knives are super sharp. All right, I'm in a small bowl. Okay. Now we're gonna add another tablespoon of oil and heat this back up. I'm gonna wipe it out though. And then we're just gonna sear our pork out in it. How's that sound? What do you think of that? All right, this can go back on. Now we're just bringing up our pan over on the stove, bringing that back up to a high temperature because we're gonna be searing our ground pork in there. Give it a tablespoon of oil. Want to compare our knife sharpness? Sure, Snake Eye, how do you plan on doing that? I just want to hear your idea. Want to compare knives? I'll send you a knife. You send me a knife and we'll cut shit up. Maybe. I don't want to send you one of my knives though. I need my knives. I use my knives. Okay. Let's go back down to 6. Nope. God dang it. It's a good way for, yeah. Just like, oh, I'll send you another one, bro. Then I send you another one. You just have my knives. You just send me crap knives. Oh, I guess you won. Guess your knife's sharper. It's a good way to switch out your knives. You're right about that. Thank you to the one viewer stolidly staying over here in Taste Made. All right, they said take your pork and in chunks. Just set it along your pans. We're just crumbling this up. I'm using a pound of pork, Claire, so I'm feeding 4 people. Oh, Claire. Like, that's 8 ounces of pork. Claire, this is not gonna serve 4 people if you're using 8 ounces of pork. Get the hell out of here. You eating 2 ounces of pork per person? Whatever. I'll mess with the recipe if I want to. I have Food Network knives. I hear they are the best of the best. God. I think you know they're not snake eye, and I don't think you have Food Network knives. Was my knife not good enough? Wait, Tef, are you asking me or snake eye? Induction cooktop? Yes! Induction cooktop, and I hate it. Stupid. She said she means don't touch it in the recipe, so I ain't touching it. We gotta get our other stuff measured out. So down here on the board, we can move our cabbage off here to the side. Scallions can go into a small bowl. Go. Knives are overrated. All I need is a potato peeler and a blender. Love to see it. Okay. Cabbage is done, scallions. Let's measure this out. I need 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. I don't even know if I have that much. Third of a cup soy sauce, 1/3 of a cup mirin. Here's our soy sauce first. This is a double black soy. A little shy, that's okay. Shaoxing rice wine, since I don't have mirin. I know it's different. Tablespoon sesame seeds, crushed red pepper flake, fresh grated ginger. Not gonna use fresh grated ginger either, Claire. Good. A little soy for our boy. There we go. Whoop. Get back that there. Got that. I'm using this squeezed ginger, everybody. I'm still gonna give it a little bit. Still gonna give it a bit. I actually don't think they call for sesame oil. Oh yeah, they do. 2 teaspoons sesame oil. All right, so we got our mirin, we got our soy sauce. I'm gonna pull out more soy sauce because since I'm adding more pork and I've got more cabbage than the recipe calls for, haha. This thing's always a bitch to get off because you like screw it on and then there's excess soy sauce around the top of the lid and it just dries out and seals itself basically. I'm gonna have that on standby in case we need a little extra. All right, let's move it around. Let's chop it up. What does Claire say we should do at this point? Oh, Claire. Cook pork undisturbed. So when we say undisturbed, that means keep your paws off and let the heat in the pan do the pork the thing. Pork is brown. Break up the meat into small bits. Cook, tossing until there's no more pink, about a minute. Add chopped scallions, ginger, and red pepper. So I need red pepper flakes too. All right, let's get this broken up first. Claire, I think you would be proud of my browning. Somebody clip this, turn it into a social media video, upload it, and then I need you to tag Claire Saffitz for me and ask her if I got my pork browned enough. All right, do all that. All right, just toss it around. Let's get our red pepper flakes ready to go. I'm sorry, I can't not give you a shot of my incredible spice cabinet right here. Hi, sweet boy. Hi, sweet boy. How are you? All right, red pepper flakes. That's what we need. Tap's knife isn't a knife, it was a threat. Tap, are you threatening people over in the Discord again? What did I tell you about that? I would, but I don't know how to clip. Just the first step, it's done. First step, it's over with. Hi, sweet boy. You want to come here? You want to come here?
You don't have pepper on your hands?
No. Oh, you're looking good in your tiger suit today, Bubba. How you doing? Look at all this stuff going on. All this crap. Oh. All right, buddy, we got to go over to the pan. Nope, wrong side. All right, let's go in with our scallions. So it's going to be scallions, chopped scallions, ginger, red peppers. We got to add in our ginger. You ever had ginger? You've definitely never had ginger before. It's ginger. Stop telling me to stop, Grammy. I made this boy. All right, down here in the pan. Oh, they can see you in the microwave, by the way. It's fine. I don't care, just as long as you know. Okay. So we got our scallions, our pork, our ginger, and our red pepper flakes. What do you think of that, Bubba? You're not going to be eating any of this, okay? Hi. Can I get you a laugh? Can I get you a laugh on stream? Oh, did he?
Oh my goodness! Give me your. Give me your. Yeah, they almost had a puking on. A drive-by puking. What's that announcement?
It's good whiskey. I'm glad you're having some good whiskey then. All right, we need to strain these noodles real quick. If you're just joining us here on the channel, everybody, and you're like, what the hell? The title says Classic Crème Brûlée. You really should just say freestyling. Because we've already done our creme brulee class, everybody. You've missed it. But if you'd like to follow along with that recipe, you can find it on ingrediology.org over on our website. But right now, I'm just making dinner for the fam. Thank you for being here. All right, everybody, back down here on the board, we're going to add to our noodles the 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil that we've got going on right here. Gonna drizzle that. And give it a toss. Oh, Gus, did you use the M word? That might be why something's happening. All right, everybody, so it's at this point in the recipe we're gonna be taking and adding in our noodles as well as our soy sauce, our mirin, which is not mirin, but Shaoxing cooking wine. There we go, it was broken there for a second. What are you flirting with? All right. Soy sauce, wine. I don't know. I'm not going to add any extra soy sauce to this other than the third of a cup that I just incorporated. That seems to have done the trick pretty well. I don't want it to get much darker than this. You definitely don't want it swimming in a pool of soy sauce, right? Now also, Claire was very specific to mention that we need to scrape up the brown bits on the bottom of our pan. So see this fond that we made from the cooking of our cabbage and whatnot? We want to get that all incorporated. So just take a spatula, whatever you got. Let's move that around. Hell yeah. Oh, heard that. Gotcha, Tef. Looks like some tasty nudes. Thank you. They're very toothsome. Toothsome. Megan was telling me last week that she was watching a cooking show, and one of the hosts kept using, one of the judges or whatever, on whatever stupid cooking show she's watching. We kept use the word toothsome 3 times. And I'm like, I don't even know what the word toothsome means. I guess maybe referring to like al dente or something like that. But it's just the most obnoxious. Like nobody knows what, oh, it's very toothsome. Oh, is it? You're a jackass. So I've been trying to work toothsome into my vocabulary as much as I possibly can. Does that make sense? Just to annoy my wife. That's logical. I can't find Claire's Twitter. Are you gonna call Claire out? I doubt she'll even respond because she's like, I don't want anything to do with Bon Appetit. We better get those sesame seeds out and ready. Oh, cabbage got to go back in. We almost didn't put our cabbage in with everything, guys. There's our cabbage. And then sesame seeds. Where are the sesame seeds at? Got them. Ooh, some black ones too. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Alrighty, tidy. Ooh, yeah, very happy with that. All tidy-whitey. Oh, Snake Eye, you crack me up. You really do. That's why we keep you around. It's like Wyatt Earp says about Doc Holliday in Tombstone. Like, he makes me laugh. That's why we keep you around. Ooh, baby. All right, pulling it. Mm. Give it just a second. Come on, you got this, baby. Come on, baby, don't do this to me now. Ooh, I'll tell you what. We got action shot. You followed Logan longer? Gus, day one follower, or close to, so all hope is gone for me. My way to undo my actions now. Oh my gosh, Gus, I forgot you were a day one follower. Thank you. Thank you so much. It really does. That means a lot. It's cool. It's been over 2 years. Okay. Bowls, sesame seeds. Here we go. Let's do the black lacquer bowls. That's what I want to do. Ugh. Yeah, boy. All right, all that's off. Let's take this over here. And then... Ow. Okay, Gus followed 4 days earlier than me. You can see that? How do you even see that? Is it like exclamation point follow age? Is that what that is? Mod secret. See, I don't know these kind of things because I'm not a mod on any other channel. No one trusts me enough to give me mod powers over their channel. And that's probably a good thing. It's probably smart of them. Noodles, noodles everywhere, noodles. One year, 19 months. 1 year, 9 months, 19 days, and 1 hour. It's our 1 year, 9 month, and 19 day anniversary today, DeKirch. You didn't forget, did you? I would never encourage. Oh, pretty happy with this. Guys, this is a great stream. Money, baby. Thank you, Puck. Good to see you, Puck. It really is. Okay. There you have it, everybody. The gimbal and stuff out of the way. Delicious pork and udon cabbage stir fry for dinner after having made our creme brulee. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me for our Wednesday weeknight dinner here on Ingrediology. I hope you had fun making your classic creme brulees today. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up on social media. You can find me everywhere under Ingrediology. Be sure to follow us on our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I take and I edit all these videos down and condense them into like 5 to 7 minutes long, depending on the class, of course, to make them just more digestible for you. Ingrediology.org is where you can go to find all of our menu packets, recipes, and check out when our next class is going to be. Let me redo that real quick, guys, because I got to cut these down. Ingrediology.org is going to be the website where you can go to find where our next classes are going to be and all the class guides to help you follow those recipes. So be sure to head over there. Thank you to all of our supporters on Ko-fi. Ko-fi, as you've seen down here in our little corner tab right here, is where you can support the channel. So things like website hosting fees, the software that I got to use to edit these videos, the equipment that I got to buy, much less the grocery costs that I spend for the food that we do here on stream. My intention is to put this out entirely free for anyone and everyone so that you all can cook better for the ones that you love and yourself at home. But if you can afford it, or if you just really appreciate these classes, I would definitely appreciate the support in helping the business run. So like I said, kofi.com/ingrediology. Check it out. And thank you again to our supporters who already subscribe. I know Tef Banow's one. We got K Money, Snake Eye DIY. We got Hover Sway, a whole bunch of people. So you guys are awesome. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything? Well, who are we going to raid? That is the real question. You can join us back here next week, everybody, where we're going to be doing our Argentinian steak class. So Argentinian steak and chimichurri is going to be on the menu next week. I'm very excited for it. I hope you are too. We're going to be discussing in that class how to properly temp a steak, how to properly season, what temperature are you going to be grilling it at, how to rest, and then also we'll be including a delicious chimichurri sauce along with it. All right. DeKirch, good night. Dream Elements, guess who? Is Kate on? All right, we're going to Kate. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Again, I appreciate you coming out. Say hi to my friend Kate. I got to talk to Kate the other day. I called Kate up in the morning. I was like, hey, give me a call when you have the chance. She like called me like 15 minutes later. She's like, am I in trouble? I'm like, what? No, why would you be in trouble? I just wanted to talk to you. See how your life's going down in Texas. But guys, Kate just recently relocated to be with her fiance down in Texas. And I don't know what she's making today, but I'm sure we're going to find out. So you can send her a lot of love from me. And I will see you guys again here next week. Peace. Real quick. And I'll see you here next week on Ingrediology. Peace.